my fellow comic book collectors, it's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is part 6 of this unboxing. It should be pretty cool. All slabs. Hopefully some good ones. I don't know what's in this at all. They're all kind of wrapped a bit, so I'm not really sure what's in this unboxing, but I'm pretty sure it should be some good stuff. So let's get into it. Gotta just unwrap this first one. I did most of the unwrapping already, but there's just a little bit of unwrapping that needed to be done. Oh wow, okay, we're starting out with a really nice book. This is the book that actually, it's kind of funny because I was waiting an extra week just for this book to arrive because I really liked this book. I thought it was such a cool book. So it is a Precode horror book that is just really over the top, and I'll show it to you. It's Dark Mysteries, number 18 from 1954, and you can tell that this is sort of at that Precode, few months before the Precode ended, and the code got put into play, because towards the end of the Precode horror era, they're getting more and more extreme. So Dark Mysteries features a lot of skeletons, and that's why a lot of people collect Dark Mysteries, but some of their covers are pretty over the top, and this is a good example of that. So this one, you got the 2 skeletons, and I'll read what they say. The man says, no, don't kill me, I don't want to die. And then the skeleton says, butcher, you killed us with your beef. How now you can hang with the rest of your poisoned meat. So they're gonna put him onto the meat hook. It's just fairly over the top. It's really just a really classic Precode horror cover. It was done by I'm not sure who did it actually. I thought it was said, but it doesn't. It says A.C. Hollingworth, but I'm not sure if that's who did the cover. But just a really classic Precode horror cover, and I was sort of stalking this book for a long time, like maybe like 4 or 5 months, and I was like, should I get it? And I tried to negotiate with the guy to try to get the price down, because it's a pretty pricey book, but I managed to get him down a bit, not all the way, but down to a reasonable amount at least. So yeah, just a really cool book. I was super excited to get this, and I held off sending my Stackry order by 1 week because of that one book, because I was waiting for it to arrive at my Stackry. Okay, this next one has a bit of bubble wrap. Oh, another book that I really like. This one it's pretty low grade, but it is kind of a key. If you're into Disney comics, this is actually kind of one of those weird keys that, of the Disney comics and stories early issues, this is one of the more expensive ones. And it's not the character that you'd normally think of when you think of Disney, but it is an important character. It is Clara the Cow. And this is her first cover appearance, and it's one of the few appearances that she had within Disney comics and stories. It says, only Clara the Cow cover in the title. And now this one is restored. This is from 1941. This one does have some restoration, and I'll read the restoration notes. It's slight C1, so that means amateur minor restoration. So very minor restoration. Restoration includes tear seals to cover, piece reattached to cover, piece missing from page 14. So there's a few issues. It is a low grade. It's like a 1.8. It's low grade. It's one of this book, look it up. It's crazy how much it goes for. I forgot how much I paid. I didn't pay that much for it, but I think it was like a couple $100 still, even in this grade. Just a very expensive book. Actually, does it say on the little note? There's a little note. Let me see. I can tell you. I want to tell you how much exactly I paid, because of course it doesn't say. It doesn't say how much I paid. That's really annoying. I forgot how much I paid. The note. But I picked it up. I ordered it on May 22nd. That tells you how long it takes for me to check out my items from Stackry and then send them here. But interesting. It doesn't say how much I paid. Oh well, kind of disappointing. But I think it was around that $200 mark. Around there. Okay, another series that I'm collecting. There's a whole bunch of series that I collect. One series that I decided to kind of focus on within the EC collection. EC titles are like Bolt of Horror, Shock Suspense Stories, and the one that I'm focusing on is Crime Suspense Stories. Crime Suspense Stories is a cool series, and this is one of the cooler covers. This one is where the burglar has walked into a murder. He's walked in and you see the husband, he's murdering his wife with an Oscar. And so this is the one that a lot of people call the Oscar cover because he's literally bashing his wife with an Oscar. Interior cover ad for Mad 1 as well. So it's like an ad for Mad 1, so it's kind of like a first appearance of Mad. And this is a Johnny Craig cover. Just a cool crime suspense stories. This is Crime Suspense Stories number 14 from 1952. And you can avoid getting dirt kicked in your face, just like Judah Man always says. So yeah, so this is a pretty cool book. I'm really getting close to finishing the run of Crime Suspense Stories. There's like 27 or 28 books in the title. I'm missing like 3 or 4. But it's you know, it's one of those ones. I figure if I get my first EC title done, then I can move on to the next title. And I'll just keep on doing that, and then I'll have all the ECs at some point far in the future. But yeah, I figure start with this title. This one had a lot of pretty key books. It had a couple from Soti, and it had one that was used to basically end the Golden Age. So very important title for comic collectors. Okay, next, another crime book. Actually, this seems to be like all crime books. So that's the theme. There's a theme here. We got Crime Mysteries. This is Crime Mysteries number 14. And this is another title that I've been sort of picking up all the various issues from it. I have a pretty good run of this coming, basically that I've worked on. Again, I just always thought these covers were pretty cool. I'm not really sure what's going on, to tell you the truth. So you got this guy, I don't know, he's got bleeding thumb, bleeding shoulder. He's wearing a death mask. He's got a gun that he's fired recently. So obviously he's murdered somebody or he's been fighting with somebody. I don't know what's going on. But then you got the couple coming in and it's like, gosh, this tunnel of horror is certainly spooky. Haha, there's nothing to be afraid of. And then read, painted in blood. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. But it makes you want to read inside to find out. So, just a really cool one. This is Crime Mysteries number 14. And it features, I don't know who the artist is. I don't know who did the cover. So, but it is cool. It's a cool cover. Lots of skulls too. Okay, another title that's got some really, really great ones. Actually, I have another issue from it right back here. The Perfect Crime. I kind of like some of the covers from this title. And this is another one I thought was just really interesting. This is very similar to the meat, the meat one, where the guy is hanging on a coat hanger. So this is Perfect Crime number 29. I don't know who the artist is, but it's definitely an interesting one. You got the woman in sort of shock. You got the police officer kind of looking in and seeing maybe the husband hanging on the line, hanging on the coat rack thing. on the coat hanger, I should say. This is from October 1952. Oh, John, why did you promise the DA that you would talk? There goes our case against the big shot. So yeah, so this is where if you rat, you will be you'll be found in your closet hanging from a coat hanger. So yeah, so The Perfect Crime, number 29, and a reasonable grade too. So this is a pretty nice copy. The only issue with it is this spot right here. This is like looks like a tape pull or something. I don't know, something bad happened right there, but it doesn't really impact the look too much, so I thought I'd go for it. You can get binoculars. What kind of binoculars are there? Super powerful, long range, only $3, not $10. Don't pay $10, only $3. That's really expensive if you think about it, but German artisans, send no money, try at our risk. It's really interesting. So yeah, The Perfect Crime, number 29. And then the last book, this is small. These next few unboxings are going to be a bit smaller because I want to focus on, telling a little bit more stories about the books, why I picked them up, and spend a little bit more time on the books to show you them. This next one is one that I really, really like. I've been trying to get this book for quite a long time. And I think I picked this up from a Instagram claim sale. And it's from a title that I really like. Actually, pretty much all the covers from it. It's a really great comic series. Really cool covers. If you like Good Girl plus crime, this is the title for you. Because it's Crimes by Women. And this is like just I don't know, there's something about this one. It's got that classic 40s style where she's like smoking a cigarette. She's like looking at herself in the mirror, and she's right. She says, now all I have to do is convince them it was an accident. And you got the guy's body on the ground behind her. It's just like something about it. It's just like, I don't know, like she's sort of like a femme fatale. And I think it's just such an interesting cover with the smoke coming from her cigarette, and just a really interesting cover. I always like this one. I'm not into smoking, but something about this one is really appealing. There's something just interesting to me. You can buy wallets on the back. Where's the wallet? And you get pencil type metal flashlight as well. That's interesting. But just a really cool cover, really cool series. These were done by Fox Featured Syndicate, and they're very Fox-like in terms of the interior. I was mentioning this in one of my hot lists, that Fox Featured Syndicate is very underrated. Just such a great company in terms of the stuff that they produced. They would do it in the most cheap way. It was like Vincent Fox. And Vincent Fox, I think. And he would use the cheapest materials, like very cheap paper, often pink paper. You'd see like pink pages on a lot of these ones. And what would happen is he would go for just as over the top as you could get away with. More violence and sex and just like really, really interesting stuff. He would try to like find the most things that would definitely get into Wortham's book. Just stuff that was like over the top, and as a result, it was very sexy and interesting inside. Just really great stuff. I really like a lot of their titles. You get things like Phantom Lady, Crimes by Women, Blue Beetle. A lot of really great titles. And at the time, Vincent Fox called himself the King of Comics. And I think he was a bit shady, and not just, well, maybe he was just shady, not even a bit. Because he had some financial issues later on. I think he owed the wrong people some money. Just a very interesting character, and this is just one of those cool titles that was part of his publishing house. So yeah, so that's this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you're familiar with these titles, tell me in the comments below. Do you like crime books? I mean, crime is one of those things that we don't see as much nowadays. Where it's more of a superhero generation nowadays. But what do you think of these old crime books? And do you like pre-code horror and crime? So thanks for watching. Bye for now.